In this video, I'm going to do a spoiler-free review about The Fork, The Witch, and the Worm, and we're going to start right now. Hey guys, this is Juan Fox, and this right here is the third book that I have read in the month of March. If you guys have not watched my previous videos, I will put a link in the description that will take you directly to that. The Fork, The Witch, and the Worm is a book here written by Christopher Paolini and is set in the world of Aragon and the inheritance cycle. This particular book here consists of 3 short stories, and it was published in December 31st of 2018. Now, in my BookTube newbie tag video, I had told you guys that I have not read many fantasy books. In fact, the inheritance cycle are the only books that I have ever read about dragons, magic, etc. I was very skeptic about reading this particular book because one of my business mentors told me a lot of people read many books about fantasy, about mystery, and that's okay to do that, but that won't necessarily increase your financial IQ. I decided to read this book regardless of that reason because I thought that even if even if everything here is made up, there are often lessons worth learning in stories. Let me know in the comments below if you're currently reading this book, and make sure you stick until the end of this video because I'm gonna give you 2 reasons why you should be reading this book. The first story of the book is called The Fork, and the main message in this story is why it's important to face your problems. Christopher Paolini does an amazing job at delivering this message by having a child narrate the first story. In addition to that, we also get to find out what had happened to one of the main characters since the end of the 4th book. Finally, we also get to see some foreshadowing of some of the events that are going to happen in the next book, and I'm hyped about it. The second story of the book is titled The Witch, and there isn't a main message here, but rather we get to find out more about Angela the Witch. Angela is a mysterious character in this series, and she is one of my favorite characters. However, in this particular book, there was something a bit different about her. Nonetheless, I still enjoyed reading her story from her point of view, and also we get to find out what had happened to Elva, the cursed child. The third and last story of this book is titled The Worm, and this is actually my favorite story in this book because it has so many important messages. In my opinion, the 2 main messages in this particular story are, and I quote, "Just because something was not, did not mean it should always be." And the second message is, every one of us has someone or something we cannot best. And this book tells you basically why that's okay. The story is narrated by an Urgal, and we also get to find out more about their culture. Overall, I would say that this book here is a good appetizer for what's to come in volume number 2. Most of the stories, so story number 1, 2, 3, don't give a lot of details about the new enemies that are going to come, but again, this is fantasy, this is mystery, and I'm looking forward to that. Now, here are the 2 reasons why you should read this book. Reason number 1 is its readability. Even if you haven't read book number 1, 2, 3, or 4, I think anyone can read this book and get a nice introduction of what the world of Allegatia is like. Also, if you are a newbie like myself when it comes to reading books about fantasy and mystery, then the third story in this particular book will make you fall in love with the world of magic and, of course, dragons. And reason number 2, I would say, is, well, this is not a fat book. The book consists of 280 pages, but really it feels like it's a 150-page book. And the reason for that is that the author writes it in a very entertaining way that makes it easy to read. If you guys have any questions or comments about the world of Allegatia, you can leave them down below and I will help you if I can. If you guys want to take the habit of reading, make sure you watch the other videos in my channel. Also, guys, the links for everything is going to be in the description down below. And lastly, guys, don't forget to click subscribe somewhere in this channel here. That way you can get more videos like this in the future. Guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. This is my second attempt at doing a book review, and hopefully it will get better and maybe you will, I don't know, a bit more curious about reading this particular book. I will see you all in the next